Eli and Charlie, two brothers, were eager to get home after their camping trip. Deciding to take a shortcut, Eli, ever confident, assured his younger brother that he knew the way. But soon, the forest thickened, and they found themselves wandering deeper into the woods. As the sky darkened and the air chilled, they stumbled upon an overgrown path, an old trail, forgotten by time. They hesitated, but with nowhere else to turn, decided to follow it. The trees loomed tall around them, casting eerie shadows as night crept in. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a figure emerged. Scruffy and unsettling, the man introduced himself as Mr. Holt. He seemed to know these woods all too well. He offered to help them find their way back, but with a chilling warning. "No one leaves the forgotten path," he said, "unless they meet Dr. Olin." Despite Charlie's unease, Eli was determined. They followed Mr. Holt deeper into the forest until they reached a decaying, ivy-covered cabin. Inside, they met Dr. Olin, a strange man with wild hair and eyes that seemed to pierce through them. The room was filled with oddities, old scientific instruments, strange jars, and relics from another time. Dr. Olin, in a low whisper, told them that the only way to leave the forest was to solve his riddle. If they failed, they would be lost forever on the forgotten path, just like many before them. His voice echoed in the cabin as he asked the riddle. "I am not alive, but I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air. What am I?" Eli, frustrated, threw out wild guesses. A tree, a cloud, but every answer was wrong. The clock was ticking. They had one last chance. Solve the riddle before the moon disappeared behind the clouds. The brothers racked their brains, but as time ran out, Dr. Olin sighed. The door creaked open, and Mr. Holt was waiting outside. His carriage, old and ghostly, seemed to shimmer in the moonlight as if from another world. "You've run out of time," Mr. Holt grinned. "Time for your final ride." Reluctantly, the brothers climbed into the carriage. The horses began to move, but the forest around them seemed to twist and warp. The trees stretched impossibly high, and the path curved back on itself. A deep chill filled the air. Then suddenly, Charlie's eyes widened. He remembered something. A flicker of hope sparked in his mind. "The answer is fire," he shouted. The carriage jolted to a stop. Mr. Holt's grin vanished. The ghostly glow around the carriage dimmed, and the horses dissolved into mist. In the distance, Dr. Olin appeared, nodding slowly in approval. "You may leave," he said. In a blink, the brothers found themselves back on the main road. The forgotten path vanished behind them, swallowed by the forest. Shaken but safe, Eli turned to his brother, finally admitting defeat. "Maybe next time we'll stick to the regular path."